Yeah. Way up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and today is a Thursday as we're getting ready for the weekend. But we have some special things happening on the show today. Shout out to Detroit. We have Anthony White. He's the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir. You saw them on America's Got Talent before. They performed at Carnegie Hall, but they have a docuseries that's out right now that you guys can check out on Disney Plus. So he'll be joining us today, and you guys are going to love this. Also, it is the first day of Black History Month. I made our mark in some way, but just people that we want to applaud and celebrate. But for Black History Month, we're really going to be focused on shining a light every single day. So 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. Again, that is 800-292-5150. Shine a light. It's Way Up.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time to shine a light. And today, I want to shine a light on somebody. I read about this in South Carolina Voyager. His name is Sean Corbett, and he actually owns a chain of barbershops, but he is formerly incarcerated. He's been a licensed barber for almost 2 decades. He bought his first shop in his 4th year of being in the industry, and he has been a licensed instructor of barbering in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia, but he owns 5 barbershops and Walmart stores. So shout out to him for that. All right. Lucky Spot Barbershop. It's the first African-American owned and operated barbershop in Walmart stores internationally. So shout out to you, Sean Corbett, to start us off and kick us off for Black History Month. Now let's see who you guys want to spread some love and shine a light on. 800-292-5150 is the number. Carlika, how are you?
Hey!
Hey, who you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on you, Angela. I love you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Carlika. That means a lot to me.
I'm an up-and-coming producer, and I just love how much you do for the entertainment industry. Like, I really want to work in comedy as well, so I just love that.
Oh, you want to work in comedy? No.
Yeah, comedy and horror, kind of like dark comedy.
Well,
I'm working on a project right now. Can I shout it out?
Please.
It's called At the Candy Hotel on Instagram. It's about this Black woman who decides to do mushrooms, but it's haunted by demons. It's a lovely story. It's very beautiful.
Oh, I like this already.
Thank you so much.
All right. Congratulations. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Shine a Light. 800-292-5150 is the number in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have your Yee Tea. Let's talk about Usher. He was on Club Shay Shay, and there were a lot of memorable moments. We have some of them for you. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time for your Yee Tea. Now, Usher was on the infamous Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay show. I mean, really, that Cat Williams interview, what are we at? Almost 60 million now? Anyway, he sat down and talked about a supergroup that almost existed. Here's what he had to say.
Jay-Z, Pharrell, Diddy,
Damn, Usher.
and me was supposed to be a group.
Why did you say no?
I didn't say no.
You didn't say yeah?
I didn't say yeah. I think we all got caught up in a moment. We was talking about it and having secret meetings about it. We were talking about music and how we gonna flip it and the business of it. And somehow, man, we just got distracted.
What a great time Usher's having too, by the way. Getting ready for this Super Bowl halftime show. New music on the way. Now on Club Shay Shay, he also talked about that he almost acted in Dreamgirls.
David Geffen reached out to me to be in Dreamgirls. And yeah, man, it just didn't happen. And I think everybody hit me about this joint too. I had Eddie Murphy hit me. Brandy hit me.
You turned that down?
Yeah, I didn't do it.
You turned it down. Clearly, I didn't do it. All right. He also revealed his track listing for Coming Home. This album is coming out on February 9th. What about perfect timing? because with the Super Bowl halftime show and then a project that's coming out. But you can see some of the guest appearances. Burna Boy, Summer Walker, 21 Savage, Lotto, The Dream. We know her is on there because we know that song, Risk It All. That's out now. Fields is on there. I see we got the Afrobeats vibes going, so it's going to be good. I'm excited for new Usher music. Why are you looking like that, Dan, my producer?
I'm looking forward to it. It was good timing. It was smart.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Biggest
Take
stage.
full advantage.
Yeah.
All right, now, speaking of other albums coming out, Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign on February 9th, they do have their Vultures album, and that track list has been revealed. You know how they revealed it? Northwest, okay? She had on a shirt, and you can see on the back of her shirt what the whole track listing is. So, should be exciting for people who want to listen to Kanye. I know people are saying, is Kanye ever going to get canceled because of the things that he does? It appears not. But Charlie Wilson, Freddie Gibbs, and Quavo are on here. Playboy Cardi, Chris Brown, YG, Future, Timbaland, James Blake, Bump J and Lil Durk, Northwest, Young Thug and Leon Bridges, Kid Cudi, and more Future and Lil Durk as well. All right. And in addition to that, Fabio Foreign has an album coming out on that same date. He said, listen, Ye is my brother in real life, but I ain't changing my date for nothing in the world. I wish Game the best, and I know he feel the same. So good way to promo your album. And he shouldn't change it because Kanye also keeps on changing the date, right? All right, Kanye also performed at a Travis Scott tour stop as well. He took to the stage and he performed a whole bunch of songs like Can't Tell Me Nothing, Runaway, Fade, All of the Lights, Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, and Ty Dolla $ign and Bum J also came out for their most recent single, Vultures. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night, why that is relevant for everybody who's listening. Can't wait to talk about it. It's way up. About Last Night is next.
Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I'm kind of solo today hosting. My producer Dan is here, and now it's time to talk about last night. So last night, I actually went to dinner with somebody who's been on the show before as a guest. You know her as Daryl Fairweather. She's the chief economist at Redfin. You know, I love talking about business and real estate and things like that. She has a book that she's been working on that's going to be coming out next year, and we're definitely going to be having her on here shortly to talk about that. But one thing I did yesterday, so I told you guys that I actually hosted Tabitha Brown. I kicked off her book launch tour for I Did a New Thing. She did a challenge where for 30 days she did 30 new things. And this is something she started back in 2014, but she decided to write a book about it to try something new, something different. I challenged everyone in this room to try something new too. So, Dan.
Yes.
Producer Dan,
Yes.
did you try something new?
I didn't have time to yesterday. I really didn't. I also didn't know I was part of this challenge. I thought we were just holding you accountable.
I told everyone in the room. And something new could be as small as walking a different way to the bathroom. It's very small. There's no way you don't have time.
Very routine oriented.
Exactly. That's why something like this challenge would be great for you.
Okay.
And so there's no reason for you to make an excuse that you didn't have time to do something new. But Tabitha Brown loves avocados. In the book, she talks about having a sweatsuit that had avocados all over it that her team got for her as a gift. And I've never tried avocado in my life. The reason why, I do not like the consistency of avocados. I don't like how guacamole looks. And
It's a shame.
It's a shame. And it's interesting because Tabitha doesn't eat bananas because she doesn't like the consistency of bananas. I have seen Dan in here go ham on a banana. So I know you like bananas and that particular consistency. But yesterday, while I was at dinner at Tatiana's, a restaurant here in New York, shout out to Chef Kwame, I actually tried avocado for the first time.
Congratulations.
They have a salad called a piri piri salad. And normally I push the avocado to the side, which can get very confusing because the cucumber and the avocado look very similar in this particular salad. But it's a great salad. And so I ordered it and had some avocado. And to be completely truthful, the first bite that I took was a cucumber by accident. I thought it was an avocado, but then I took another bite and it was not too bad. It was very mushy. Probably not something that I was be big on like that, but it wasn't, it didn't have much taste.
I mean, for the most part, it's not something you're just going to eat plain.
The seasoning was good, though.
That's like a topping. Like you put it on toast, you mash, you could put crushed red pepper on it, put like an egg over easy on it. It's good like that. You know.
We understand the consistency's weird. But that is my about last night. I did something new. So hopefully everybody listening will try something new. I'm not a good person that ventures out to try different types of food.
And today you try lobster.
No, definitely not. I don't eat seafood.
All right, shrimp.
I don't eat seafood. All right. Well, anyway, when we come back, I want to talk about this. A woman was discussing how on a first date, she was asked if she rents or bought her apartment. And I want to ask you guys, and she met this guy on Tinder, is it weird to ask financial questions on a first date? What do you think about that? People always say we need to be more transparent. We just talked about loud budgeting, where people talking about their finances and being open and honest. So what are some things that you would ask somebody? Is it improper to do that? 800-292-5150. We're talking first date etiquette, finances. All right, it's way up. Yo!
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is.
You know who it is.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and my producer Dan is here. We were talking about whether or not you should ask about finances on a first date. Now, I would say on a first date, maybe not, but maybe by the third date. Certain questions we do ask, like, oh, well, what do you do for a living? Of course, you want to know things like that. But I don't know if I would jump right into, do you rent or own? What about you, Dan?
I mean, I think everything has to do with, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Mm-hmm. So, do you rent or own is an absolutely crazy question. I would never ask that. But I understand trying to have hard conversations immediately because, I mean, dating is tough and you kind of want to like whittle out who's for you, who's not. And also, from my perspective, I don't want to just take you out to dinner and then I never talk to you again. I don't want this just to be a charity dinner.
Well, thank God you're engaged, right?
That's a fact.
Well, anyway, what do you guys think? 800-292-5150. Cody, what do you think?
I talk about relationships a lot and eliminating as many red flags as possible to make sure the relationship goes as far as it can. So if two people understand that they want to date each other, first, second date, you should be able to ask as many uncomfortable questions as possible.
What about a credit score? Would you ask a credit score?
I mean, if that's something that's important to someone, then yes. To me, it's like you don't want to get your feelings involved, and then those things come up later. That will break y'all up.
Okay, so you feel like anything that's important, if finances are important to you, then those are questions you should ask early. All right, well, thank you for calling.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Hey, Alana, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What do you think about asking those financial questions early on a first date?
So I just that we tiptoe around finances, and we should not. Definitely not. I don't think it's inappropriate because, even asking what do you do for a profession, that's sizing someone up, I think.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Hey, Memo, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, doing great.
What do you think about asking financial questions on a first date?
I think it's inappropriate, personally, because from experience, I've ran into women that I would take out to eat, and they will ask me how much you make a month or yearly salary, like either or. I feel like they're both inappropriate questions. I feel like that's something we should hold off on until we move in together, or maybe we get into a year, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe before you move in together. What about your credit? What if they ask what's your credit score?
Ooh, that's that. You stumped me with that one, but I think credit score is all right. I think that's an okay question because not everybody's credit is there. Credit could balance out from one person to another. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that credit, when it comes to credit, it's a team thing. You know what I mean? Whether you guys are individual people or not.
All right, so some things you could ask, but not how much you make. You don't like that?
Yeah, no, I don't like that. I find that very inappropriate.
All right, well, thank you for calling.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Well, it seems like some of y'all think if that's important to you, it's okay to ask. But our last caller was like, no, sir, do not ask me about how much I make. Not until we're about a year in. When we come back, we have your Yeetie. And let's talk about Diddy. Okay. He still has some legal drama that's going on. And we'll talk about the latest woman who is accusing him of sexual assault and what he is trying to make happen. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yeetie.
Come and get the tea.
What up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for some Yee tea. All right, back to Diddy. He has more legal issues as his legal team is trying to reveal a woman who is accusing him of sexual assault. They want her to reveal her identity. So the problem with this, and Megan Cuniff, we all know her as the person who's in court following all of these cases. She's a legal expert. She posted on Twitter, Diddy and his defendants in a sexual assault lawsuit want the woman who is suing to be publicly identified, quote, so that they can publicly malign her because she is the victim of a completely separate set of wrongdoings 20 years later, her lawyers say. But Diddy's legal team, according to reports, are arguing that this secrecy may undermine the principles of transparency and accountability. Apparently, this woman is somebody who is a known figure. And a case like this can actually dictate what happens in future cases. Usually, for a person who is accusing someone of sexual assault, they're able to keep their identity hidden because there could be attacks on their character. We don't know how that could affect them at work. They're already potentially a victim, so you don't want to further have issues and impact on their lives. But according to Diddy's team, they want to make sure that because this person is a public figure and there's so much secrecy around it, they feel like this could be something that I guess could be beneficial for their case. So we'll see how this plays out. All right, now Snoop Dogg and Skechers have collabed, and that collaboration is available now. So I'm taking a look at some of these sneakers, and you know, Snoop has talked about this, about how Skechers is a huge international brand. Dan, taking a look, would you wear any of these?
You know, they're actually not terrible. I know Skechers gets a bad rap, but they're actually better than what I was expecting to see.
Right.
He has like an orange pair that's like kind of like a basketball pair looking like
and
sneakers.
it's the same color as a basketball, right? Well, the prices range from $90 to $160, and we may see some ball players wearing them. You think?
$160 seems high for Skechers.
Well, it starts at $90,
right?
And everything has gone up. You said you paid $10 for pizza.
I did.
All right. Shaq has invested in an online college startup, and he wants to help take on student loan debt. Here's what he had to say.
You know, I like to invest in things that's going to change people's lives, and that'll definitely change a person's life. You know, everyone to be able to have access to world-class education is very important. When I first met Ty Day, he told me DFD. I was like, what does that mean? Debt-free degrees.
All right, so Think of Campus was founded in 2022. It's an affordable online community college. You can actually earn your associate's degree there. And lastly, shout out to Rick Ross's son, Rick Ross and Tia Kim's son, William Roberts III. He is headed to an HBCU. He's going to Bethune-Cookman University. And Tia Kim posted, committed, let's go Wildcats, God is the greatest. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar, but they are super important. And we'll talk about a new bill in Congress as we're talking about student loan debt and finances. We'll be talking about something that could really help kids from when they're born. It's Way Up.
Check the news. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Under the Radar, the stories that are maybe not in the headlines, but just as important. Now, there's a new bill in Congress that wants to create children's savings accounts from birth. So the way that it works is families would get money under the plan, and it's called the 401 Kids Savings Act, that would provide that savings account for every child in the U.S. on state 529 college savings platforms that would be managed by state treasurers. And so that would be established for kids under age 18 and for newborns. I think that's a great thing, and they've done studies that show that the younger that you have a bank account, the better that you end up being with money later in life. So low to moderate income families would be eligible for annual federal deposits until a child turns 18. Families with modified adjusted gross income under $75,000 or $150,000 if you're married would get $500 per year per child, and the contributions would phase out for incomes above those thresholds. That's a really positive, amazing thing. Nobody should be able to touch that money. That way, when it's time to go to school, if you have to pay, you have that available for you when that kid turns 18. All right, now TikTok has banned this dangerous legging legs trend, and that is over body image complaints. The hashtag is legging legs, and there's young girls declaring that they don't have legs that look good in a pair of athletic tights. This became a very popular trend late last year. And people are saying it's dangerous because it perpetuates the idea that one singular body type and look is ideal. One TikTok user said, do not let social media tell your body that it is a trend. If you have a body and you have leggings, you have legging legs. And one person said, do we understand that there are 15-year-old girls that wear leggings every single day that now feel they cannot wear leggings because they don't have legging legs? The most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. Another person said, do you understand that because of your video telling some little girl that she doesn't have legging legs, she now feels that she can't fit into society? All right. And speaking of social media, Mark Zuckerberg had to go before Congress yesterday. You know, he owns Instagram, WhatsApp, Threads, Facebook. He founded Facebook, and he's the CEO of Meta. And he talked about the families of children and teens who have been exploited on social networks. Some of those families were in attendance, and they asked him if he's apologized to the victims and if he would like to do so. And also if he would be committed to setting up a victims compensation fund with his money, the money that you made on these families. And here's what happened.
Your product is killing people. Will you personally commit to compensating the victims? You're a billionaire.
Senator, these are complicated
Yes, no, that's not a complicated question. No, that's
Senator,
a yes or no. Will you set up a victims compensation fund with your money, the money you made on these families sitting behind you? Yes or no?
Senator, I don't think that's my job is to
Sounds like a no.
All right. The leaders of TikTok, Snap, Discord, and X were also questioned during this hearing. And that is your Under the Radar. You know, we got the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we have something really positive happening today. We have Anthony White on the show. He is the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir. And he has a series out right now that's on Disney Plus called Choir. It's a docuseries, 6 episodes. But to get to hear his story and why he does what he does for the youth in Detroit, it's Way Up.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time for your Yee T. I'm excited about this. TDE, Top Dog Entertainment album releases for this year's Schoolboy Q, SZA, TDE compilation, Isaiah Rashad, J-Rock, Sir, Absol, and Doechii. It's going to be an amazing year for TDE 2024. Top Dog, you better stick to the script and make sure all these things happen because now it is solidified. All right, now Tony Braxton and Cedric the Entertainer are going to be co-headlining the Love and Laughter Las Vegas residency. That's going to be a fun thing to go to. Vegas, I'm not going to lie, is super lit right now with their residencies. My friends are like, are we going to see Wu-Tang? I know there's just so many different, there's a New Edition residency. Obviously, we know about Usher. All right. Now let's get into something else new that's coming on Prime Video tomorrow. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, all 8 episodes of Sexual Chemistry. Well, Donald Glover was on Jimmy Fallon alongside Maya Erskine, and he was talking about the advice that he did, or should I say didn't get, from Brad Pitt. Here's what he said.
Did you talk to Brad Pitt at all? Or?
I did. But he didn't give me any real point. He kind of Brad Pitted his way out of it. You know, charmed his way. He was like, yeah, you'll do great.
Yeah, so Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie fell in love while filming this, and Maya said they were asked to sex it up for the show and to channel their inner sexual animal. So we'll see how this goes. You know me, I'm going to be watching just so I could talk about it up here. You going to watch it, Dan?
Yeah. Absolutely. I do plan on it. The first one was great.
All right. Justin Timberlake is not actually sorry. You know, he had this show. It was a one-night-only show in New York City. By the way, your fiance went to it.
Yes. She said it was amazing.
She said it was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that's gone viral, people are upset about this. Here's what he said while he was in the midst of his show.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody.
He said to absolutely no effing body. Okay? So people are outraged. In other words, they think it's about Janet. They think it's about Britney Spears, that he's not sorry for any of these things. And so that part was not well received. But, you know, oddly enough, people love the show. Now, he posted, I've seen the messages, tags, comments, and well, that was his original apology to Janet Jackson, where he saw those messages and apologized to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson individually. But now at this show, he's like, no effing body. All right. Well, that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is a number. Any question that you have, I am here to help you out. You know, that's what we're here for, to try to give some advice, spread some love, hear what your stories are, because a lot of people can relate. 800-292-5150. Ask Yee is next.
Relationship or career advice. Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time for you guys to ask any question that you want. We are here to help. 800-292-5150. We have MJL on the line. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. What's up, Angela?
What up, MJL? What is your question, girl?
I'm an erotic author. I've been trying to do it for 10 years, and I'm just trying to figure out how to promote my brand. I want to take the book. I want to start with the books, but then I want to run it to lingerie, novelties, adult toys, and everything like that.
Okay.
So I've been doing it for years, and because I went through that bad divorce, I had to kind of put it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to pick it back up and just go full speed ahead. Like, if you go to my Instagram and you see what I do, you see how sexy and naughty I can get.
What's your Instagram?
It's the author. MJL is the MJL stands for Moist Juicy Lips. So if you put in the author MJL.
Okay. All right. Ooh, I see games you can play with your and lots of other stuff cat owners should know. Okay. Well, how about this? First of all, I want to hear what some of these stories sound like. You already know.
I have a book called Lacy Red Songs, and it's about a black female serial killer. But she had sex with her victims before she killed them, and it's just like, I really thought you might enjoy that because you're like me, a big horror buff.
I love it.
With Stephen King mixed with a little vein.
Okay, let me tell you what I'm going to do for you, MJL, since you're asking. Ooh. First of all, I think podcasts would be a great lane for you if you could be a guest on some of these really fun podcasts that are about sex and relationships so that people can get to know you. And I can already tell you have a great, amazing personality. And sometimes I think when people can hear your story and why you do what you do, it helps them connect to you more. So I would try to do that. I want you to call up here. I want you to get this ready. We're going to get your information, and I want to have you read a little bit of your erotic literature on the air, but you got to do something that's going to be safe, okay, for people listening.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you that opportunity so that people can follow you, the author MJL, all right? And I want to make sure that you have that ready, but make sure when it's time for you to call up here and do that, you got your platforms good to go. I would go on TikTok. You know, things end up going viral on TikTok and promote my stories that way. I think for you, social media is a great way to get started, build up your following because it's free to use. And then even if you pay a little bit of money to just boost certain posts, that could be really helpful for you. And then figure out ways that you can expand from there. But I would say since the nucleus of what you do is going to be these erotic novels, let's make sure you focus on that first and then have a plan and a rollout for what comes afterward. But I really feel like you have the opportunity for other people to highlight who you are, get some press done, talk about what you've been through. You said you had some dark times. You went through a really bad divorce. People could really relate to that. And so for you to be able to tell your story, be passionate about it, but be consistent and patient because things don't happen overnight. You got to keep on going, keep on going. If there's different people that you feel like you need to connect with and reach out to, you know, no harm, no foul if it doesn't happen right away. But just keep on reaching out. You never know when something's going to hit.
Look, I'm trying to be on lip service with you, Angela. That's my goal. I'm manifesting that right now.
All right. Well, let's see what we could do. So get it ready. Hold on the line. We're going to get your info. And then, you know, I want you to get something prepared. So I'm going to give you, 90 seconds to call in and read a little something for us. But get it prepared. We want to hear. We got to hear your voice. It's got to be sexy, but kind of radio friendly.
Okay, Angela, thank you so much.
No problem. And that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. MJL, I could tell she's got an amazing spirit, but any question you have, definitely want to help you. And when we come back, we have somebody else with an amazing spirit, and this is Anthony White is joining us. He is the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir, and he has a new series, a docuseries that is available on Disney Plus right now. It's called Choir, and you will be so inspired. It's Way Up.
We about to do this.
Yo.
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and today we are Honor to have Anthony White with us, the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir and Performing Arts Company.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Angela, how you doing?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm fine. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time, so yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
Listen, and you're here because you guys have a Disney Plus docuseries called Choir, and it's out now. All 6 episodes.
All 6 episodes.
You can watch. Let's talk about the Detroit Youth Concert Choir, because you guys definitely hit the spotlight when you were on America's Got Talent.
Yes.
That was a nationwide, worldwide. People recognizing. I mean, that was an emotional when you guys. How many people from the choir were on America's Got Talent?
So we took 52 young people to LA, and if it wasn't for Terry Crews hitting that golden buzzer, we wouldn't be in the spot that we're in. And shout out to Simon and the rest of that panel. Howie, Gabrielle Union was actually on that panel, and Terry. I mean, they were like heaven sent for us.
Terry Crews was like, every single one of them represents me and his story. And I think people felt so connected when they saw that, because if you never heard of the Detroit Youth Concert Choir, DYC, right then, it was like amazing. Even seeing Simon put his fist in the air.
Wow, he was like, yeah, that's Simon, all right. Simon was actually brought to tears our last visit on AGT All-Stars. We did Thunder by Imagine Dragons, and he was just like, I'm actually emotional. And when he said that, everybody was like, wow, they brought Simon to tears. So that's the power that these young people have.
I'm talking to Anthony White. He is the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir. The reason that you do what you do, right, with choir, and seeing some of these young kids even auditioning or trying to move up, because there's 3 different levels, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we have Limelight, Center Stage, and Prime Time.
Everybody want to be prime time.
Everybody want to be prime time.
But even seeing the life skills that you get, because you said this in the docuseries, this is not about you singing for the rest of your life and leaving here and becoming a singer, but these are also things that you can apply to everyday life. So what are some things that the young children who are part of DYC can learn for everyday life?
We do youth development so they can learn life skills. We travel a lot. We perform a lot. We also do have an educational component. We have the college readiness. We prepare our young people to go on to college. And we also have 2 music studios in our space.
Amazing.
So they can do their own creation, their own music creation. And also we do a lot of community service.
Yes.
So these kids get like the whole well-rounded experience of the performing arts and life.
And I also think part of it is seeing that every day is not a great day too.
Right.
Sometimes you have to tell them, you didn't bring it today.
Right.
And the kids can get emotional hearing things like that. But some people would say kids today are so coddled and soft, but they do need to know.
They do need love though. They need to know from me that everything is going to be all right. A lot of our kids never even met their father. So when they come to rehearsal, I'm the only father that they see. I'm the only brother that they see. And the docuseries, I just watched it, and it was like so emotional, reliving some of the things that I saw.
And what I love about it too is that some of these kids, when they first get started, they're not the best singers.
No,
right? They don't have to be like a young Mariah Carey, or anything like that to be in the choir. So, what are some of the requirements? What do you look for to see potential in some of these young kids?
Well, I basically look for character. Like they have to have great character when they come in to audition, and also they have to be able to sing la 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 la. If you can do la 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 la,
I was trying to do it at home along with it. No, I cannot.
Okay.
La 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 la.
There you go. You win. You in the choir.
I made it. I'm definitely Limelight.
I mean, all you have to do is, and that's great because Limelight is the beginning piece to the puzzle.
I'm fine with that.
and just to see people grow from Limelight, right? They come from Limelight and they make it up to prime time. And I just think it's a wonderful system we have.
All right, Anthony White is here. You can watch the Disney Plus series that's out today. It's called Choir. He's the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir, and we have more of his inspirational story and the great things that he's doing for the community. When we come back, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'm about to do this.
Yeah. Yo.
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I am so excited to have Anthony White in the building. I watched his docuseries on Disney Plus. It's called Choir, and he is the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir. What are some of the other great success stories that you've had throughout your years? Just give us a couple.
Ooh, we had a girl, Ayla Stackhouse. She wound up on Broadway, like in the Book of Mormon.
Nice. That's huge.
She went through DYC. I've had people become lawyers, doctors, teachers, but they take what I instruct them to do. So they go on and they come back and say, I appreciate you, Mr. White.
And you know what you don't know either? There's always more levels to unlock.
Yeah, it is.
So it's America's Got Talent. It's this Disney Plus series, docuseries Choir, that's out now.
Yes.
And there's Carnegie Hall. And then who
Yes.
knows what that next level is about to be.
Well, we're supposed to be going to Africa.
There you go.
Yeah,
Never
look,
mind. We know. Okay.
In Africa, look, Nairobi, right? So they actually asked us to come and do a music festival in April. Yeah, so we're looking for donations and stuff to help us get there. So I want these kids in Africa. So if I want them there, they're going to get there.
So how can people donate?
Well, they can go on our website, which is DetroitYouthChoir.org, and donate as much as you can to their Africa trip because we need it. I know we have to do airline tickets and stuff like that.
That's not a game.
Yeah, it's
And
not a game.
Good luck to you on that flight with everybody, too, because that's a long flight.
I think they said almost 20 hours.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went to South Africa. That's the longest flight I've ever been on.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you sleep?
I slept the entire time. I actually, to be honest, I took a sleeping pill.
Really?
And partway through, and the guy next to me wouldn't stop talking to me, so I gave him one.
That's how
It
you
was
do
over
it.
the counter. It was over the counter. I was
That's how
like,
you
he
do
kept
it.
talking. I said, "Sir, do you want one of these?" And he was like, "Oh, is it?" I was like, "It's from the drugstore
from
right
the-
here." He took
boom.
it and he was knocked out, sitting up.
Knock them out.
I was like, "Thank goodness."
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to talk to nobody on a 20-hour flight, not like that.
I'm talking to Anthony White. He is the artistic director for the Detroit Youth Concert Choir. And you know, with the Detroit music scene popping the way that it is, I can see a lot of Detroit artists being like, we need to work with the Detroit Youth Choir and get them on the album.
That's what I can't wait. I know we're doing something with Skilla Baby.
Get at it. Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
you like
I know
Skilla?
the kids are so excited. I love Skilla Baby. He's
Skilla
actually
is
been
my
up
guy.
here and he's
Really?
been on Lip Service and he works in the same studio I work in
Really?
when I do my podcast. Yeah.
Skilla jumped on the remix to Poppin'. That's one of our songs.
Yes.
Yeah, and shout out to
He
our
is so
producer.
into, I love that. Okay.
Yeah, so our producers, D Slate, him and Buddy is his writing partner. They wrote all of our original music, and there is fantastic. Mama, We Made It just came out a week ago.
Yeah.
And that's a big. I want you to see. I want you to hear that one.
That's going to be so huge. And you also have songwriters, right? And
Yes. Oh,
some
our
students,
kids.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our students are beautiful songwriters. Actually, a lot of our songs, a lot of our materials is an accumulation of their thoughts, and also they write for themselves. So I have a lot of artists in our choir as well.
You need to start a label.
We got DYC Productions.
You like Motown over here, the new Motown,
The
okay?
new Motown.
This is it.
That's what they call us. They call DYC. They say, you guys got it all. You got the factory. You got the.
You do, because, a lot of people don't do artist development now. And this really is pretty much artist development.
Yeah.
These kids are learning a lot of different things that most artists are going viral and just signing to a label. But right now, this is the preparation, the hard work that comes with.
Yes.
It's a job to be an artist.
It is.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to come here, because once I saw this was coming out, I knew we had to have you up here to highlight these students and this beautiful story and the work that you've been doing. You need to get your flowers, because
Thank you. I appreciate
it is a lot that you're doing for these youth. So, like, literally, a couple of thousand kids and their families have been affected by you. And I know this is something that's going to continue on. So it's really, really dope.
Thank you. And to be here on Way Up is like a dream come true. So I want to thank you and give you your flowers as well.
Thank you. I cannot wait to see y'all in Detroit. We're stopping by.
Come on by.
All right, make sure y'all watch Choir, 6-part docuseries, all 6 parts coming out. It's out right now on Disney Plus, so you can check it out and you're going to love it. You're going to get a little emotional. I promise you.
For sure.
All right, thank you so much, Anthony White.
Thank you.
The full interview is on my YouTube channel at Way Up with Yee. When we come back, of course, you guys have the last word. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's The last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And what a great, inspiring show that we had today. We talked about some of the things that I love to talk about, like philanthropy. We talked about finances when we discussed starting a bank account at birth, which is a possible bill that I feel like should definitely be a law. And, of course, we had Anthony White here, the artistic director for the DYC, the Detroit Youth Concert Choir. His story is on right now on Disney+. It's called Choir. And I saw them on America's Got Talent. And when I tell you, I was one of those people that was definitely brought to tears just watching the youth perform in front of hard judges like Simon Cowell. So thank you so much to Anthony White for the work that you do and for stopping by. And by the way, after the show, he let me hear a little bit of the song that Skilla Baby has with the Detroit Youth Choir, and it's definitely amazing. Listen, I'm already thinking about things that we can get done, because he said, whatever I need, they got me. So I'll be hitting you up, Anthony White. But as usual, you can watch everything on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And of course, because this is y'all's show, you guys have the last word.
I definitely think that first date, you don't have to get into the nitty-gritty of finances, but just as an overhead view, like asking someone, do you rent, or, you buy your living situation, because that's very important as far as that compatibility down the line and your values and your goals. Because financially, if you guys aren't in the same space or even going to the same place, you're already not going to work out the same way as, religion or anything like that.
I wanted to shine a light on my wife, Martisa. She almost died last year, and she went back to work like it's nothing. And she hasn't taken a break since then because she was out for 3 months. I just want to let her know that, you're a rock star, and your support system's here for you, and we're surprised and encouraged by your strength.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.